your testimony that you have wrote, actually very powerful. Actually,
welcome back, fight fans, to another video here on the Fight Game. Manny Pacquiao is a boxer from the Philippines who has become not only a worldwide recognizable name, but a global inspiration. He began his career in 1995, not to win a world title, but to simply put food on his table for himself and his family. He made his name known throughout local communities. Boxing quickly became his life, and worldwide domination ensued. The reign of Manny Pacquiao is one of the most notable in boxing history. At his peak, Pacquiao was near unbeatable. A boxer has many ways to accomplish victory inside a boxing ring, by knockouts through technical submission or with superior skills. In this video, we take a look at 25 examples where Manny Pacquiao showed crazy boxing capability to achieve a victory, where we break down the skills Pacquiao used along with what separates him.
BIR, hahabulin daw lahat ng kita sa social media? Ito na ba ang katapusan ng maliligayang araw ng mga social media personalities or
ano po yung pinakamalaking contribution po ninyo nitong panahon ng pandemya po sa tingin po ninyo? Yung iba naman nagsasabi naman na hindi naman necessity sa amin yan. Buti pa, bumili na lang kami ng pagkain, wala na kaming pera para dun sa face shield. Ano po dapat ang solusyon dito?
Yeah, yung mga supporters si Miss Brad sasabi na dapat na mag-resign na si Secretary Duque. We believe that resignation is key sa punto na ito para dito kay Secretary Duque. Ang tanong po ng marami as mga taga-suporta nyo rin marami dito ay kung ano ba talaga ang plano for 2022 ng isang BBM. BBM, yes. You were allied with them the last time So paano pagka natuloy yung plano nilang yan, saan na mapupunta yung plano ninyo na open kayo dun sa national? Yung pagka-interview with Mayor Sara, ito ba yung pag-uusap ng partnership na potential o posible?
Pero kapag magsama na yon, yung tandem na yon, baka mag-iba. Bakit po na nyo nasabi ni ito? Ito naman sir, no? Kasi syempre maraming nagtatanong dito, ikaw po ba, kayo po ba may kinakausap ng potential partner? Pero without BS daw, kung kayo po ang tatanungin, kayo na lang magdedesisyon, president po ba ang binaggan natin na post?
Tatanungin ko lang kung anong epekto sa inyong electoral protest, kung sakali man na mag-prosper yung kandidatura. Pero meron din mga siyempre sasabi, yung hashtag na never again, na parang hindi naman nawawala kapag kami usapin na ganito. Ano reaction nyo pagka ganyan, lalo lumilibot kayo na meron pa rin ganong klaseng hashtag at binabata sa inyo?
Today we travel 3,300 miles to meet up with one of America's top investors, Tika Tawari, whose recommendations over the past 5 years are up and
Hello, what's up mga tol? Tara't ating alamin ang payag ni Bongbong Marcos tungkol sa iba't ibang issue na kinakarap ng ating bansa. Lalo-lalo na sa mga naninira, sa kanya at sa kanyang pamilya, sa larangan ng politika.
magandang gabi sa lahat.
shape. We expect that, but I'm a bit concerned because Ugas, and we'll get into this as the show goes on. I'm a bit concerned because Ugas is a very gifted fighter, very gifted boxer. He knows his way around the ring. He's 26-4. He's only lost those 4 fights that he lost, all were on decision. And if I'm correct, I think 3 of the 4 were on split decision. He knows how to keep the rounds close. He knows what to do in there. And I'm actually worried for Manny Pacquiao because if he wasn't going to lose to Spence, which he may have, it could have been the last fight of his career. And I have a feeling that Ugas just may be the guy to end the career of this senator on the 21st.
Let's face it, man. You know, Pacquiao is a great fighter. He's won so many championships in so many levels. He's fought so many tough guys.
Yeah.
And yes, Ugas is tall. He's got a good jab, but he is, you know, he's not used to a style like him. Nobody can ever be used to a style like Manny Pacquiao. And I can only say because of Errol Spence that Manny Pacquiao is going to be in great shape, and he's going to bring it. And so Ugas better be ready because, you know, Manny Pacquiao is a beast. If that guy can stand up again, we're going to see a great fight from him.
You know, you have to believe with what they do today with detached retinas. We don't know the extent of it. Is it a severe tear? Is it a small, little tear? And there is a big difference. I mean, you might say, well, being pregnant is being pregnant. Well, that's one thing. A tear in the retina could be a tiny little tear, or it could be a rip that needs some extensive surgery. But with what they do today, it is amazing. Listen, Sugar Ray Leonard, back in the 80s, suffered a detached retina. They repaired it. Iran Barkley suffered a detached retina when I was commissioner, and he had it repaired by one of our specialists at the New York State Athletic Commission, Dr. Vinny Giovanazzo, who is to this day still one of the leading eye surgeons. He repaired it, and when I asked him, I said, how's that eye of Iran Barkley's? He said, passes every test in the book. He did have a detached retina. He no longer does. I approved him to fight, and guess what? He fought for the world title in Madison Square Garden, and with that repaired retina, he knocked out Darren Van Horn in the second round for the 154-pound.
How long have you been married?
6 years.
Ganun din. So, it's the same.
Start na po tayo. Nagchikahan na. Naligaw na. He has a bachelor's degree in economics, political science, and philosophy from Wharton School University of Pennsylvania. He also finished master's degree in business administration from the University of Chicago Booth School of Business. He was the president of Crown Asia Corporation before becoming the managing director of Vista Land and Landscapes. He was elected as congressman in Las Piñas noong 2010, and continuing the mantra, build, 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 we have with us the Philippine Secretary of the Department of Public Works and Highways, Sec. Mark Villar. Hi, Sec.
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much.
If you were to rate yourself as a student before, ano po kayong klaseng estudyante niyo?
Barkada kasi ako nung high school and college. Yun din ang naging problema ko dahil barkada ko ng barkada ng high school, college. Medyo pinalansi ko lang. So, ano naman, umasa naman.
Mm-hmm. You come from a prominent family here in the Philippines, at Mark. So, yung apelido nyo pa lang, kilalang nyo sa buong Pilipinas. Ano po para sa inyo yung advantage and disadvantage ng pagiging isang Villar?
Actually, hindi ko naman nararamdaman masyado. Lalo nung bata ako, wala naman, I mean, nung time na hindi man yung public servant. I guess, nung later in life, nung ano na ako, medyo much older na ako, dun naging mas public si Papa. Pero early on in life, simple lang. Buhay namin, bata pa lang ako. Naramdam.
Now, so I think it has felt a little bit lighter out here than it's been for other Pacquiao fights in the past.
Well, Chris, apart from the casual fans that might not know who UGAS is, I'm talking about your peers, guys you rub shoulders with, the boxing aficionados in Vegas. Are any of those guys giving Ugas a shot?
Yes, I think they are. I mean, Ogas is skilled, he's powerful, and I think the great unknown in all this is what is Pacquiao at this point? I mean, 2 years removed from his last fight, 42 years old. He looks great in the gym. I spent some time with Freddie Roach this week. I spent some time with Pacquiao this week. Both of them are extremely confident. Pacquiao looks great, as he always does. He always seems to be in shape. But at some point, kind of the spring in your step, it disappears, and you wind up getting caught with something. And talking to Freddie, like, that's probably one of the biggest things he fears. Like, he was telling me that in camp, they were really working on coming in and out because they don't believe they can or should stand in the pocket and trade with Ugas. I think he's too big a puncher for something like that. So I mean, that's great in camp, you're going in and out, but what if you are half a step slow? That's when you get caught with something big. And Atlas has been caught with something big before. Can Ugas do it? I don't know. He's 35 listed. I mean, sometimes these ex-Cuban Olympians, they get a little bit older than what we think, but he's been sharp of late, and I think he's going to be a hell of a challenge for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good fighter. He did well against Sean, but there were other fights where he didn't look so great. The Delorme fight, if Delorme wasn't deducted 2 points for low blows in 7th and 10th round, then he would have won on points, and Abel Ramos, So according to Ugas's past, it doesn't really look like a 2019 Manny Pacquiao can be beaten by Ugas. That doesn't look that way. But I understand what you're saying. He is skillful. He can bang in the mix. But I think that Freddie Roach is so truthful. If Manny Pacquiao had slowed down, I just think he would have told us.
Well, I mean, he'll tell us afterwards for sure. If you believe them, there's lots of reasons to be optimistic that Pacquiao will win this fight. But, I mean, Pacquiao really is a medical marvel. I mean, we've seen fighters with longevity, Bernard Hopkins for one, but not fighters that have been the kind of wars that Pacquiao's been in over the years. So I'm just wondering, when exactly does that catch up to him?
All right, well, Chris, give us a prediction before you get out of here, man. How does it play out?
I think Pacquiao still at this stage is excellent. I think he stops Ugas probably the 9th or 10th round.
Wow, nice. All right, well, enjoy the fights, Chris, man. See you soon. Thanks for taking the time.
You got it, guys.
Came the very distressing news that Errol Spence had suffered a detached retina. The fight was postponed. Well, the date really hasn't been because there's been a fighter who stepped up to replace Errol Spence, Yordenis Ugas. But the fight we wanted, that Jerry and I had planned on being in Vegas for, Spence against Pacquiao, is now history. We don't know. They're talking about rescheduling it, but that's if Pacquiao can beat Ugas on the 21st. And then 2 weeks ago on Fox Television, we saw a fight, which was a very interesting one, between Michael Fox facing Gabriel Maestre out of Venezuela. And Michael Fox stepped in, last-second opponent, because Cody Crowley, who was originally supposed to be facing Maestre, came down with what everybody else is getting hit with, COVID. Cody Crowley out, Michael Fox in. It went 12 rounds, and after 12 rounds, guess what? Michael Fox, yes, he won the fight, but 3 officials who did count did not see him as the winner, and they gave the fight to Maestre. There has been a firestorm of absolute outrage throughout the boxing community, and we're going to talk all about that today. And as a matter of fact, we're going to be joined by Michael Fox in just a few minutes. We are SiriusXM's At the Fights. I am Randy G. the Commish, along with former #1 heavyweight contender, gentleman Jerry Cooney, Classy Kelly, our producer today, and Slammin' Sammy, flying the big ship around the world tonight. Gentlemen, Jerry, well, first of all, Manny Pacquiao, Spence,
the 4 pillars of financial independence in the modern world, they've changed. Okay? E-commerce, knowing how to do business online, e-commerce, richest man in the world, Jeff Bezos. All right? So knowing how to do things online, e-commerce is what you need to learn. Number 2, how do you get the word out, your message? Social media, all right? But they teach you that in your $64,000 college degree. No, there's no degree on social media e-commerce all put in one package. And don't put a link below that will take you to a program that I think could be a game changer for you. So I've like tried to accumulate like little bits of
Out detached retina. We've heard these stories. We're in this business. We know so many guys who have detached retina. Did you ever in your career suffer detached retina?
No, I never did. I mean, I got scratches. I had a couple of scratches on my eye a couple of times, but obviously I had to rest a couple of days. There was nothing torn, and it just, sometimes you get hit with a thumb, you get a scratch on your your eyelid there. That was a pain, but obviously no. But bigger than that, Manny, is that listen, Spence wanted this fight so bad, and the replacement is not an easy guy for Manny Pacquiao, especially at this age. He's tall, he's awkward, he's got a good jab. Pacquiao's going to really have to work to beat this guy in order to have that fight with Errol Spence. And he's going to have to be able to fight more than 1 minute out of the round, even 2 minutes out of the round. You're going to have to fight the whole round.